It's a tight one in here. Star Wars Battlefront Renegade Squadron, I like that. White Darth Vader PSP, nice unit. Collectible, that's great.
Customize your weapons better you can.
Dude, get your own Star Wars Battlefront Entertainment Pack.
PSP.
Why won't the site load?
It's loading.
Be patient.
Street Fighter is important.
This is good.
It's probably getting a lot of hits.
Yep. Oh, that is awesome.
Nice.
It looks nice.
That doesn't look like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
People will bow to
It
it.
has nothing to do with
Ryan, I
Jean-Claude Van
can't
Damme.
see.
Wow.
So
I
what?
can't see.
It's not my problem. Move closer.
What about
blowing
Ryan?
outwards
He's
is so good.
He's not in it either. He's dead
Nelson, move
now.
your head.
I'm really happy with the amount of detail. I mean, it looked weird when I first saw it because it's like it's 3D and
You can see the
you
muscles
expect
and
Get out of
everything.
my way,
What the
Nelson.
fuck?
Come on. Zoom in.
This guy right here.
It does look good though.
This is the guy.
Now we know where his fireball comes from. Dude, I gotta know more. Ryan,
What's up,
you were there.
dude?
Dude, tell us more. I gotta know.
Well, you know there's an embargo, right?
Is Guile in it? Chun-Li? Chun-Li's thighs?
Chun-Li's in it. I can say that. I can tell you that Chun-Li's in it.
Anything else?
It's got Ken and Ryu. And it's,
No shit, come on.
It's 3D.
It looks awesome.
It looks really
Does
neat.
look awesome.
Ryu's
They have
got a
veins
huge
in
pack.
their arms.
I gotta know more.
I don't wanna go to work today. Wanna stay home and play all my video games on the One Up Show. You know you'll be a star on the One Up Show. You already are. Every day, this life's a holiday. One up, 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 one up on the One Up Show. One up, 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 one up on the One Up Show.
Incoming!
I mean, it seems like the PC version, other than having a faster frame rate, actually is faster than the PS3 version.
Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure that the movement speed's like substantially faster on this one because I went over and played the PS3 one, and it was night and day. Because I kept wondering, I was like, "There's no way this game is so fast. There's no way that people are gonna be able to play it with a controller." You know?
Yeah,
But it-
yeah, and I mean the movement speed because of the mouse. I mean, you can aim faster, and theoretically you can hook up a keyboard and mouse to the PS3 version too, so you can solve that. But yeah, I mean the game just feels slower as far as movement speed is concerned.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and that's like I don't want to confuse that. So that's like a bad thing. I think it's actually
No,
good.
I mean
it
that's
makes sense. You know?
The funny thing was that yeah, you actually said you kind of preferred it in
Yeah.
a sense when you were playing it.
On this, like even on PC, it's just a little too chaotic. It's like a trade-off between being able to have the average player, or even the slightly above average player, feel that for every time he shoots, that there's a reasonable amount of time that he has a reasonable chance of hitting someone. And then when it gets too spastic, when you're too close to one another and you're moving too fast and everyone's jumping and your weapons all have like a slow rate of fire, like the link gun or something, and you feel like, hey, maybe I'm landing about 20% of my shots, then it starts to get frustrating. And you've got aircraft, you've got artillery, you've got all these super lightning quick vehicles, you have people sniping, rockets. You throw every variable in there. When you have a million ways to die and you're never clear what's killing you, it's hard to know what to do next in order to improve your play, or to know that, okay, now I know I need to take this guy out who's like hiding up here, shooting out of rockets at every vehicle that goes down the canyon.
I am liking it, but I think in a lot of ways, Unreal Tournament 3 is kind of a step back. Assault mode was my favorite mode in 2004, and what's fun about Assault mode was that, yeah, you're killing everybody essentially, but you were forced to work as a team to complete certain objectives. You can do a lot of the objectives in Real Tournament as a one-man Rambo, just making it through things. It's not inherent to the gameplay, to finishing objective, to work as a team. And that's one of the things I think is going to help out with the PS3 version, is that you don't need, especially on consoles, people that are using voice chat are just, calling you a wide variety of slurs and stuff. Right. So you can't, unless you're starting with a group of people that you're established with, you can't really employ any team tactics.
I mean, I think it's a fair criticism, though, in general, because it's like I've been playing PC and I don't see very much cooperation, and that could just be I picked the wrong game, and I can't say it's categorical about the game. But it's got voice chat and it has the means to do it. It does lack something like Battlefield 2, where you're able to, or 2142, where you create a squad and you can always agree to spawn together and you know where each other's at in the world and stuff. Here, because you die so quick and you spawn so instantaneously, it's pretty easy to get separated from people, and it kind of just rush things in one after another, and it's you would kind of need a clan or something to say, hey, this is going to be our spawn point, we're going to wait, we're going to leave in a group, whatever, we're going to use this vehicle, we're going to have this, stuff like that. The Necros vehicles and stuff are fantastic. When you first go into a world and you see either the big walker going by or someone in the little orb, that has the retractable feet, and then it can put them in different configurations.
Metroid ball.
Yeah, those things look, and it can actually walk up walls and stuff. They look so good when you see them. Even the Viper, it's alt fire, and they have such excellent ideas. In the concept stage, you're like, okay, this is actually really cool. You sort of lift up, and it's actually got these air brakes that fan out, and then it gives you the option to eject yourself from the seat and then turn the thing into a self-destruct mechanism and a missile, and then launch, and it will then shoot itself. Bomber. Yeah, those things this is such a great idea, and it's I really want to have the fun playing with them, and it's just so far. An invisible, a self-cloaking mine-laying vehicle, all these things. You don't see any equivalent to these in other shooters with vehicles of this category, but for some reason, I'm not getting it. It doesn't really, the game doesn't make me angry or anything, but it doesn't I feel kind of indifferent when I play it a lot, and it's to confession, it's Unreal Tournament 2004 was never my favorite game, so that's part of it. And there's always this question, well, who is it for? We're talking about the speed. Well, it's not for you. But it's you can't just say, well, you like slow games, because I don't. It's if I'm into Quake Wars, it's relatively fast. And same for, Team Fortress Classic and other games like that. So I kind of running into this thing where I'm wondering now if they're cutting to too thin of a slice for who this game's for. Is it for just this very, very small percentage of people who play shooters that want just the super cracked out speed and that kind of experience? And it could be any number of reasons for it, but for whatever the reason, there are very few people playing this game on PC online right now. On PC, if you want to go into CTF, for example, you might find 2 servers that have people in them playing. I found right now, as I last looked, there were about 10 to 12 occupied warfare servers. Now compare that to 3 to 4,000 active Team Fortress 2 servers in any given time of the day. That's a startling difference.
And I think that's indicative of the shooter market being so oversaturated right now as far as that kind of gameplay on the PC side is concerned. But on the PS3, that's one of my favorite parts, is that I don't like dealing with people online a lot, and I don't have a lot of friends that own PS3s right now, except for people that are in the office. And the fact that there are bots, and there are literally no shooters on console that have bots right now.
Right.
Freeze frame moment!
But at the same time, something that Epic has done with UT3 is started making the bots talk.
Right.
And does this do this on the PC version too when
They're
you're playing?
Constantly taunting.
Yeah, they're basically saying these retarded lines that people say online, and as far as I know, there's no way to shut them up. Yeah. So while you're playing a bot experience, which should be this sort of solo experience with these AI controlled, that whatever, they're good, they're bad, at least someone's doing something other than standing around. They're talking trash all the time and saying all these douchebaggy lines. There's this was the whole reason I'm playing with bots, so I don't have to deal with these people online. But they've brought the douchebag experience to the bots. I don't know, maybe it's one of those games that'll develop over time, and especially one of my favorite parts about the Unreal series is the mod community. And I don't know how much is developed yet on the PC version. It's only been out a couple of weeks, but have you downloaded any mods or experienced that at all?
I think people are trying to find an occupied server for the game that they bought until they get the other. But yeah, Epic has just been tops. They've been absolutely among the best when it goes to mod support. Some the great mods of last gen were based on their engines and stuff. Games that became retail, like Red Orchestra, Osfront.
I'll be interested to see what happens as far as, you know, when people start incorporating licensed content or something like that. I mean, I know in previous Unreal tournaments, people have literally made like whole Halo mods in the series, and Epic has said that because Sony is hands off as far as filtering this content, that you'll see shit like that, and I'll be interested to see how that plays in the console world, because consoles have never had to deal with, you know, license-based user-generated content. That's just not the way it works. The user-generated content in the console world is like a character creation.
Exactly. It's going to be interesting because you could do like, I mean, theoretically, you could make, say, a Star Wars mod. You can make the equivalent of Battlefront, which is funny because that was actually a Battlefield mod before, you know, LucasArts was like, hey, that's a good idea. Let's do that, you know.
I remember that.
So
yeah.
you can actually, I mean, just, I don't know if that's going to be problematic for them to know that people are playing for free the equivalent of a Star Wars game on their PS3.
I mean, there's nothing like Unreal Tournament on the PS3, so I'm hoping that because it's so different, because it's a different kind of shooter, and there's really not that many options in the shooter market this fall on the PS3, especially with a game like this, that maybe their kind of relationship will be kind of symbiotic, and they'll be able, the PS3 community will be able to help the PC community in that respect.
I can almost see like more people buying it for PS3, which is kind of weird, but just because of that, like you said, their options are fewer. It looks great, and they know here's the game from the makers of Gears of War, that was hot, and probably picking it up. You know, they're not trying the demo and not as picky as PC, you know, guys at this point in time. So we'll see. We'll see what happens to Unreal.
Hey, Matt.
What's up?
Just wondering if you could give me some information on Street Fighter 4.
No. Well, you know, we have a screenshot online.
I know. But, you know, I went and asked Shane if he could tell me a little bit, you know. He wrote the preview and all. But he wouldn't tell me anything. I know nothing.
Okay.
You know something.
I know something. Yeah. EGM knows a lot.
I just...
That issue with the cover.
I know. I just wanted to find out if there's going to be any pairing in Street Fighter 4. That's all I want to know.
Shane's story will have that in it.
Yeah. Is there anything else you can tell me? Any new characters or anything? Who's your favorite character?
I don't know, maybe Ryu or Ken?
Yeah, I already know they're in it.
Yeah.
Any Chun-Li?
Yeah. Awesome.
Any air fireballs? Anything? Any little tidbits you can just toss me in here?
The EGM issue, you know, pretty soon. A couple days, couple weeks, depending where you are.
Just throw me something here, Matt. I'm begging you. Just tell me something here. I'm starting to lose it. Spit it out.
Can't do that yet. A couple more sessions.
Sessions, huh?
I use sessions as a word for weeks.
You're not gonna tell me anything, are you? Fine. Hey, Garnett.
Yo, what's up, man?
Do you know anything about Street Fighter 4?
Dude, they got me in the dark mushroom style too, but you know I'm dying to play that.
Fuck. Dude, Milkman. Nobody's telling me shit about Street Fighter. I know you played it.
It was definitely hot. Definitely hot. It was like a hot potato. I couldn't hold it for too long.
Come on, dude.
You want to see something?
Is there anything you know? Show me anything.
Well, I'm not supposed to show this to anybody, but Capcom, you know, they hooked me up with a little video on the sly.
For reals?
Yeah, so, but you can't tell anyone.
Oh, dude.
Because I'm not even supposed to have this, so.
Dude, I gotta see it. I gotta see this, dude.
Alright, you're my boy. I got you.
Dude, I knew I could count on you, man.
Alright, Jason, check this shit out.
Oh, I'm ready, man. Oh, whoa. This isn't Street Fighter.
No, wait.
Oh, man. Ugh. This is not Street Fighter.
Is a tight one in here. Star Wars Battlefront Renegade Squadron. I like that. Whoa. White Darth Vader PSP. Nice unit. Collectible. That's great.
Customize your weapons better you can.
Dude, get your own Star Wars Battlefront Entertainment Pack.
PSP.
I can't help notice that once again, Brian comes to my cube dressed like me.
I feel like the odd man out here. I should have worn a blue
I
striped shirt.
strive to be like the best.
I have one.
I realized that Matt is one of the best, so I just try to be like him.
That's understandable.
So we all start Dark Sector.
The emo Gears of War.
He does sort of look like that.
I don't care. I think the game looks good. You know, for a game that, you know, was dubbed like the first next-gen game, has gone through like so many different...
Now, who dubbed it that?
I think we all did. I think
it was
the first ones to show
So-
that tech
they said they were running on some type of technology, and then like they later told me like there was not even a game there. Like it was just like that.
It was a CG
It was that
video.
video, and that was it. I've been down on this game for a long time. I didn't think there was much to it. I thought it was too slow paced before, and now I think it feels much more like an action game. They add like an adrenaline shot now, so I feel like it seems pretty good.
Well, when I first dropped into it, I was like, okay, it's a Gears of War clone. I mean, everything, like the roll, the roadie run, everything felt immediately like Gears of War. But then once you got your glaive, is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's glaive.
Your glaive.
Yeah.
The combat actually started to flesh out a little bit with all the like little attributes that you can get for it.
They definitely need more time. Obviously, they didn't want to come out this holiday when you probably got killed sales-wise, but they added dual wielding to it, so that you can now like hold the gun and the glaive and kind of go crazy. And I feel like that has kind of helped the pacing of fights, where it kind of it is definitely feels more action-oriented rather than kind of just stealthily moving around and using and like always using the glaive. So
It's kind of weird looking on the screen. You're like, you know, holding the gun and then throwing the glaive out like this. I mean, it's definitely more effective and better for the game, but it's a little funny.
If you sit there and just throw the glaive at guys, you have to wait for it to come back, and it can get really repetitive. The fact that they gave you shooting to do, that you can run towards an enemy after he's stunned, to do that like
like the finisher,
sweet
like the
death
god,
kill
like
right
the,
on him.
basically the God of War.
Yeah.
Every enemy has a different kind of finishing move. So, and some of them are really cool. Like they kind of take the glaive and just like go all the way up their body and stuff like that. Or
my like favorite thing to do with the glaive is where you can throw it to pick up guns and stuff and items that have fallen.
Like your little dog.
It's like the hook shot in Zelda. My only concern is that the levels be able to hold up with the combat, because I was having a lot of fun learning the combat and trying new things, but you really want to make sure the enemy AI is challenging you and that the level design is strong enough where you actually have fun things to do with all these abilities that you're gaining.
some of the levels look better than the other ones. Like the intro level, which is in black and white. I thought that was pretty cool.
That was a cool touch, yeah.
That whole intro scene, and then when you get infected with this kind of whatever it is.
That's when the color pops
That's when the
in.
cover
Yeah.
pops out.
Marlo. Marlo 1. Oh, shit.
Go ahead. We have you on the emergency channel.
But then sometimes you'd go indoors, and everything looked the same, and kind of just like the color palette they chose was wrong. Like sometimes I was almost like, man, this would kind of be cool if it's all in black and white. Some of the visuals, like they all look really detailed and good. I just think they kind of like some of them look
It's like a
uneven.
country of just derelict buildings and warehouses.
Yeah,
so it's just a lot of that. So that's one of the things we brought up, and he said, you know, we're definitely going to be throwing in more environments, and that was another big concern, which is art direction wise.
It's their own engine they're using for the PS3 and 360. It was nice to see it running really smooth on PS3 as well.
I couldn't tell a difference. Like,
I think the colors and everything popped a little bit more in 360, but it was hard to tell a big difference between the two. You know, one thing we were talking about, you know, difference between PS3 and 360 was the 6-axis controller. We played Heavenly Sword, and we realized, which...
They're not even changing, like, the name.
No, yeah, it's the same thing. So basically what you do is you can throw the glaive, and then all of a sudden just basically steer it with the 6-axis, which it worked. I mean, it worked well on Heavenly Sword. I just think they overdid it in Heavenly Sword. So
the thing in Heavenly Sword is you could throw that, and then you could fly as far as it would go. Basically, I mean, eventually it would stop. But the glaive, it's much shorter, like range, so it's a little different. Like a Heavenly Sword, if there's an enemy, 5 feet in front of you, it's impossible to do that to kill him. But here, I think it's a lot more effective for short range, but not as far or not as good for guys across the room.
This game's gonna have multiplayer, but like, do you guys really think it needs multiplayer?
Digital Extreme's last game was only multiplayer. The Warpath. Yeah. That's what they do. They're used to doing that with every game they do. So I think, in a certain sense, I can expect more from it than some games. But at the same time, like, this game is kind of
okay. You know what the game? Yeah, you know what the game is. You know, you play it with a guy with a glaive, and you kind of rip everybody apart. I mean, do you really think anybody's gonna like if they take some type of spin off that? Whether it's a death match or kind of all versus one, do you really think that anybody's gonna stop playing a Call of Duty or a Halo for something like this? No. I mean, do we really miss it in BioShock?
No, see, that's exactly.
So like, I think if you spend in terms of resource management, if you're just gonna be able to create an unbelievable single player experience, you're not gonna need multiplayer.
I'll be fine with that. Yeah.
It's so hard to nail a single player experience. And to do single player and multiplayer at the same time with a brand new IP, it's just really hard.
See, that's the thing. This is pretty much their most ambitious game they've ever had, and every Digital Extreme game has not quite met its potential. It's been like, okay, we get excited about it, they worked on Unreal back in the day, and then it's like, okay, it's not quite where we wanted it to be. Like Pariah was like that, everything, like Warpath, all those. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can kind of get over that hump, which it looked promising for single player. I mean, the concept to me is too generic, but the execution seems pretty solid.
They delayed it for good reasons. Yep. I think, visually when you see the game, it's pretty stunning.
Lots of different enemy types.
Yeah, lots of different enemy types. And yeah, they definitely have stolen some stuff like the roadie run from Gears of War.
Yeah.
But I mean,
they integrated them really well together.
They're doing a good job, yeah. and I'm intrigued by the story. I went from not really caring about this game at all to going, all right, maybe this is one I should pay attention to.
Yeah, I think that's the final part. Is like really great enemies and set pieces and levels. I think if that comes together, because the combat's there as far as I'm concerned. I think the combat's really there.
You do a good job of blending Resident Evil with BioShock and Gears of War.
I will play your video game.
And you can do it well. It's not, and maybe a little God of War in there.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be okay with that.
The second time you said that, I still don't really see it.
The kills, the finishing moves at the.
But it's just like a one-hit thing. It's more like Turok does it than God of War. There's no button pressing.
Then Turok. All right, whatever. It's very gory. That's maybe that's what I'm saying about the God of War reference. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to insult your Kratos. I'm so sorry, Mr. God of War.
Baby Kratos.
How dare I insult the God of War?
You're in the wrong cubicle for that, man.
Yeah, next thing you know, if I say something about wardrobe, they'll even get more mad at me or something.
Seriously.
I don't know.
It's a good thing you dress like him today, otherwise.
I know.
I don't know if
I didn't want to yell at. I didn't want to get yelled at again.
Come back next week. We'll talk about God of War.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Shane, I've been pretty down on Devil May Cry. I mean, you've gone to Japan a couple times to go game shows and just seen the game. And, I always I see the footage, and I'm like,
You've never really been a fan of Devil May Cry.
Well, no, I've been a fan, but I just never thought...
Okay, which ones have you played?
I played them all, but I'm just saying that I didn't think, I was hoping like this big graphical leap when I saw Devil May Cry 4, and when I first saw it, I was like, not really. But I'd say after seeing it more and more and more, it's finally starting to look like the game I was hoping it would be.
Well, I think what happened was they showed the game really early, and we've been seeing this game for well over a year now, and it's come a long way. Like the same level that you saw when they first showed this at TGS 2 years ago, we're now seeing it. It looks a lot better. You're seeing how smooth it is, how much fun, how deep this game is, and people forget Devil May Cry is a solid franchise. 1 and 3 are both really, really good games, and this looks to be as good as those.
Capcom came by with it a little while ago, and we actually got to play both 360 and PS3. And the first thing I noticed, the PS3 one looked better to me.
Really?
Like it's funny like to see some games like that. This you can tell this game is built for PS3. It's being moved over to 360. At least that's the impression I got when I saw the footage. I thought that as right now the PS3 version looks better and runs better than the 360 version. Like I saw a little screen tearing in the 360 version, and even like people who were playing it felt like it felt better on the PS3 controller.
That's what you've been hearing. Because of the bumpers and the triggers, the moves are easier to pull off on the DualShock 3 or the 6-axis versus the 360 controller.
Not the 360 version looks bad at all. I'm just saying, like, when they were going through, they were flipping through like just the inputs so we could see the different levels. I felt that just crispness overall. That I would buy the PS3 version as of right now. Unless I hear something different when it's time for review.
Yeah, this is the first game using their new engine. We've seen Dead Rising, we've seen Lost Planet, and when you see how bad Lost Planet looks on PS3, and that's a port over from 360. Between that and this, and see Devil May Cry be almost the same across both. It's encouraging to see Capcom finally is getting next-gen development really ramped up, and not just like up-res PS2 kind of stuff.
Yeah, personally, I think Devil May Cry 4 looks better than Ninja Gaiden 2.
I agree. Like when I finally got to see Ninja Gaiden 2, I was like, that's all there is. And sure, it's bloody, but it looks a lot like a Teen Ninja game.
I mean, I was like, the size of the bosses. I mean, you've all seen like the fire boss, from all the, but like we saw this like plant thing. It's like moving around the screen as fast as you can. You have to like open up its hit point, like its weak spot, and like you use the Devil Bringer like kind of bring you up to close it, and you whack at it forever. It just overall, I thought visually just wowed me more than Ninja Gaiden.
Who the hell are you? Glad I got your attention. I was beginning to feel a little ignored.
You may jest, but the kindest fate I offer is to unify and spend eternity with a child of mine!
And one thing I noticed was weird was that, one thing I thought is Nero was going to be the main character. He still is, but you do play 40% of the time with Dante. So people who are like, oh, I want to play as Dante, play as Dante.
But how different are Nero and Dante? The fact they look almost identical. I mean, Nero has the special arm, and that's what's making his gameplay different, correct?
I think that's the big difference. In terms of what he has, in terms of like his weapon set is very limited. He has the Devil Bringer and he has his one gun and stuff. But Dante's the one who has kind of all the tricks. Like he definitely has.
Does Dante have all the styles he had in DMC3?
Yeah. So and the thing is now, remember you could only before a mission or at save points you could switch to different styles. You can actually change those on the fly.
Well, yeah.
So
Devil May Cry has real-time weapon switching and real-time form switching now. And you see Ninja Gaiden 2, you're still going to a sub-screen, pausing the action, changing weapons. So it isn't as seamless. And because of that, I think DMC4 could actually out Ninja Gaiden 2 and Ninja Gaiden 2 in terms of pure combat depth and gameplay and reaction times.
Devil May Cry 2 is too easy. Devil May Cry 3 is way too hard. And one thing they're doing differently is there's a tutorial in the beginning. So actually the game starts out with you fighting Dante as Nero.
So, you're looking to play, huh? Alright, I guess I got some time to kill.
But then there's also this other mode. Basically, I don't want to say it's like beginner mode. Someone who maybe isn't as talented like at the Ninja Gaiden games or, wants to kind of play more of just like God of War kind of hack and slash and go all the way through. There is a mode now for people who just want to experience the Devil May Cry game and aren't so into like coming up with the greatest combos in the world. So the game seems like it's more user-friendly and it's more mainstream. And for the people who want it that way, which is, I think is a nice alternative because they're so used to wanting to make the game so freaking hard. So it's a nice kind of balance.
One thing I wish had changed is the tone of the narrative. I mean, as much as I like Devil May Cry, the story and the cutscenes, it's just laughable. It's bullshit. Seriously, it's the same stupid one-liners. All the dumb characters come back, Lady and Trish. The world of Devil May Cry is kind of take it or leave it.
I'm new. Gloria.
I don't know, but are you really playing for the story?
Maybe cosplay people are.
You're Nero, right? I've heard rumors.
Hasn't everyone?
Quite a few, in fact, and none too flattering.
So, what's the deal? Where are they coming from?
It's strange. No matter the number you kill, more will come.
Yeah, playing for the action, the graphics, it's just a fast, fun game, and you haven't really played anything like this. Like, not in a while.
Not in a long time. I mean,
I think this game is going to take a lot of people by surprise. I mean, Devil May Cry 1 was a huge hit. It was one of the first big character action games on PlayStation. A lot of people played PlayStation 2. But DMC 2, not as good. So it lost some fans. And DMC 3 was so hard that people slept on and never played the special edition. So it's been a long time since DMC was like on everyone's mind. And I think this game's going to come out early next year, be very solid. There's really nothing even like it on Xbox 360. So I think it's going to be big.
I can't wait. I'm really excited for it. I was so down on it and like depressed when I first saw it, but like more and more I see it, especially after this time, I think it just looks really awesome.
Getting better. I would even go as far as to say that I underestimated your abilities.
Oh shit, you got the issues.
Dude, hot off the press, man.
Nice. Needs to go screens.
Long time coming. Remember we got to play this? Dude,
It's fun.
awesome.
Weird looking, but fun. So anyway, you want to go to Maya? Want to go get a burrito?
Yeah, let's go get some lunch, dude.
Oh wait, don't bring that, Jason. Oh shit.
Hey guys.
Hey, what's up, man?
There's new issues out. Any more copy, Shane?
I didn't see any.
Nah, in a week or so, you can buy it at the newsstand.
Are you serious? I saw somebody down the hall had one.
We're out. So
I didn't get one.
no, but there's a screenshot on One Up. There's a news story. You can read about it there, dude. It's cool.
Yeah, did you read the news story?
Yeah, I saw it. Why is Ken and Ryu so fat?
Just it's different. It's new. Just read about it, dude. I don't want to talk. I can't really talk about it.
Just be sure to like watch One Up for the next couple weeks.
You guys can't tell me anything?
No, dude, we gotta go
Come on, why?
I'm hungry.
Dude, just be patient. I just need to know if I should care.
Why should you care? It's Street Fighter, man. What the fuck?